Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm William.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything tabletop role-playing games.
And today we are covering the Sword of Zariel. Or Zariel. Zariel? Zariel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeoncast.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Will.
How you doing?
It's a whole new world.
It absolutely
that
is.
was bad. I was going to make sword noises at the beginning of this episode instead.
Swing, 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 swing. But you didn't.
I didn't. I did a
You
Little
went with
Mermaid
the
joke,
Z.
a bad one.
You did.
Because you did one.
I did. Brian.
William.
We can't seem to keep these fiends out of our episodes.
Get out of here, fiends. Psych. I didn't mean that. Get in here, fiends.
It's back to the 9 hells, but not because the year of the fiend just won't quit. It's because the year of the artifact is sending us high and low in search of the most powerful and popular of magic items.
Hell yeah, it is.
And today we are going to descend into Avernus for the fabled Sword of Zariel.
Back at it again. God damn, Avernus.
Mm-hmm. And what I expect we'll find there is not only the sword itself, but also major spoilers for the adventure module Descent into Avernus.
Be warned that this episode is full of spoilers for the Descent into Avernus adventure module.
Indeed. So if you are looking to avoid spoilers on that 4-year-old adventure module, I suggest you skip to the back half of the episode where we talk about strictly stat blocks of the artifact.
Okay.
But any questions before we begin our descent?
I would love to descend.
Let us descend.
Let us descend.
You know, it's very appropriate that we're doing an episode in which we enter the, hellish landscape of Avernus, considering it's like 103 where we're recording right now.
Yeah, we did a lot of things to the studio to make it not this way, and it just keeps on getting hotter outside. It's very strange.
Indeed. The Sword of Zariel is an incredibly powerful, magical, and sentient longsword. The weapon is a longsword forged from celestial steel. As a result, it constantly emits a faint humming sound as well as is luminescent. It is depicted as an elegant and ornate sword with beautiful silver filigree decorating a blue-gold blade. Its hilt, in particular, is accented and decorated with celestial flair. It is definitely a weapon that you can tell is a legendary artifact just by looking at it.
Just the style of it is
If
legendary.
anything, you should pull up an image because it is quite ornate.
Quite.
It's quite beautiful. While Zariel was still an angel, she wielded this sword, but she later lost it along with her hand during her original descent into Avernus.
Oh, damn. It wouldn't go through, and she wouldn't let go, and it just boop.
Yeah, let's go with that. We'll go with that as the origin story for
Oh, no, my hand came off. It's cool. Angels, demons, devils, they're all like Legos. They can just like remove limbs and pop stuff on. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's going to work out for Zariel, I think.
The blade is really tied into the story of Zariel's fallen rise as an Archduke of Hell, her former companions, and is in many ways the MacGuffin of the adventure module Descent into Avernus. So it is impossible to deep dive on the sword without getting into all of that. Now, we've already done a Zariel episode. In that episode, we focused on the Archduchess and her storyline. In this episode, we'll be more zoomed in on the particular part of her life that involves the sword. So without further ado, spoilers really begin here.
Ooh. Okay, hit me with it, Will.
And
all the people that don't want to be spoiled are gone, or that don't want to be spoiled are gone.
Yeah,
they're gone now.
All the spoil lovers are here.
Yeah, let's get ready to spoil
Let's
them.
all get spoiled.
Hey, you ready to get spoiled, baby? We'll be your sugar dungeon daddies today.
And let us begin with a recap of who Zariel is.
Okay.
Originally, Zariel was a solar angel under the command of the Morning Lord Lathander. He's like god of the sun. He's not exactly tied to Forgotten Realms, but he is part of Forgotten Realms. But he also Lathander does what Lathander wants.
I know a little bit.
Goes where Lathander wants.
Yeah, I know a little bit about Lathander, and it's that he coined the phrase, "the early bird gets the worm."
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say okay to that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna move on. Her name means companion of light. From the 7 heavens of Mount Celestia, Zariel was tasked with tracking the progress of the blood war in Avernus, but from continued exposure to the conflict, she developed an obsession with the war and a taste for battle. Zariel, even as an angel, was impetuous in nature and couldn't ignore the desire to fight within her, but her requests were consistently blocked by her angelic peers.
Okay. Wait, Lathander a girl?
Lathander is male.
Lathander male. Okay, I thought I misgendered that.
But yeah, I'm talking about Zariel. This is from
No, yeah,
Zariel's
now we're
movie.
talking about. Sorry. Okay, I sorry, I got confused.
Zariel believed that it was the responsibility of the angelic host to defeat evil, and was of the opinion that an assault from the hosts of Celestia could wipe out both sides of the blood war in one stroke, freeing the multiverse from the fiends who destroyed each other and vast chunks of it in the process. This is also a window into her natural arrogance and pride, because believing that is pure idiocy.
Yeah, you got
From everything we've learned.
she's got that darkness in her.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
had to be there, right, for her
Yeah.
to do what she do.
Absolutely. Not even angels are perfect beings in D&D.
Guess not.
Despite chastising her superiors for their stance as neutral observers, Zariel was repeatedly forbidden from entering the conflict. Zariel was frustrated by their refusal to engage in the war, and drew the line when Yinagu, a demon lord, slaughtered a village under her protection.
Yeah, Inagu is the hyena demon lord, right?
Mhm.
That draws a bunch of parallels to Scar from
Yes, he does.
The Lion King,
He
which somebody
does.
was like very obnoxiously. It was like, well, the Lion King is just Hamlet.
Yeah, so
So you meant to say Like, no, I meant to
Whatever.
say the Lion King because I saw that
Indeed.
first.
Indeed. Absolutely, Brian. Now, the village that was ravaged by Yinagu was called Idle Glen.
Okay.
Descent into Avernus gets into the details of its destruction as a big reveal for Zariel's motivations. The characters who get to play the adventure actually get transported into the memory of one of Zariel's companions during the massacre.
Oh,
And
cool.
it's
Okay.
pretty horrific, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Zariel, in an act of defiance against her superiors, organizes and leads the Hellriders of Elturel, a host of personally trained mortal allies, into Avernus in the battle that became known as the Ride.
Yeah, she gets them celestial motorcycles. What do those look like?
They look a lot like the sword. They just look like big versions of her sword, but
Yeah.
then there's wheels on like the hilt and the blade.
They're riding
It's
sword
super
shaped
uncomfortable.
motorcycles.
They're super uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this keeps cutting into my growing, and they're like, you stay on that sword, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Hell Ride. It doesn't say we didn't say this was gonna be easy,
You're absolutely
but
right.
then Hell stole the motorcycles when they got defeated and like painted them black, and
Yep.
that's where the like depiction of people riding motorcycles through hell comes from. From that failure.
That is the origin right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So now we touched only very lightly on this and in the Zariel episode, but let's take a moment and learn about the Hellriders before we continue.
Okay.
The Hellriders, also known as the Riders of Elturel, or simply the Riders, are an elite cavalry unit who act as the primary armed force of the city of Elturel in the Western Heartlands. This is Forgotten Realms, of course.
Okay.
The Hellriders helped Elturel establish and maintain civilization in these harsh lands. They were one of the most renowned and well-regarded military forces in the realms. I don't know if they still are. I don't think they still are.
And probably because of what happens to them here.
Yes, yeah, exactly. They do continue to exist because not all of them. We'll get into it. You'll see,
Okay.
yeah. For a city guard, they outmatched even armies of whole realms. So they're truly elite.
Okay.
The elite,
They're like the 501st Legion and stuff. In like
yeah,
Star
exactly.
Wars.
Yeah, very, very much.
Okay.
Their name actually comes from their ride to hell under Zariel's banner. The story goes that fiends roamed the fields of the dead north and west of Elturel, stripping fields bare, slaying livestock, burning houses, and dragging folk away to unknown yet horrible doom. As people lived in fear, Elturel's cavalry fought the fiends, riding wherever they must and enduring great casualties, but the fiends kept appearing in greater number.
Oh man.
The High Rider of Elturel implored the people to pray to the gods for help. Surprisingly, help came. The rogue angel Zariel, desiring to destroy devils and demons and to have a mortal army to fight for her in the Blood War, came to Elturel the next day.
Yeah, she was itching, dude. She's
Yeah.
like just listening for prayers.
Yes, she
Like,
was.
there it is, gotta go.
Exactly. Declaring she'd found the gates in the fields of the dead west of Elturel, through which the devils were pouring, and that she would lead the cavalry through to defeat them where they mustered. She rallied and trained an army of thousands. When she thought them ready, Zariel, riding her golden mastodon, led them out of the... Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about this golden
The
mastodon.
golden mastodon?
Yes,
Okay. It's
gonna
my new
come up.
best friend.
Yeah, its name is Lulu.
Lulu.
Led them out of the city with the cheers and good wishes of the Elturians behind them, and embarked on the Ride, a glorious mounted charge through the gate into Avernus.
Oh, hell yeah.
There they battled the infernal legions of Bel, At this point, he was the Archduke of Avernus. But the horrors of the Hells became too much for some. Led by one of Zariel's chief lieutenants, Jander Sunstar, a pretty famous Forgotten Realms character in his own right.
Okay.
Very tied to Ravenloft lore.
Interesting.
But not at this point. And others turned and ran, sealing the portal and trapping the majority of the Hellriders behind them. Though they were glorified by the people of Elturel as the Hellriders, they shamefully kept the secret of their escape and abandonment of the others, telling instead that Zariel and her army had been defeated and they were grief-stricken.
Oh, dang.
So these dudes, like this contingent of the Hellriders, is just full of shit.
Okay.
Those still fighting through hell grew twisted, even going as far as to crucify deserters. The army was ultimately wiped out. The Lord of the Nine himself sent a delegation to retrieve Zariel's body. He allowed her to recover and congratulated her. Zariel succumbed to the corrupting nature of hell, and Asmodeus made her an archdevil and dubbed her his champion. The rest of the Hellriders in Avernus were ultimately entombed in the crypt of the Hellriders, their souls bound by oath to Zariel and haunting the place forever after as ghosts.
Oh, dang. So she still commands them.
Yeah, so the bulk of them become these oath-bound ghosts. Some of them, like, straight, like, swear their fealty to the Hells as well. Some of the more powerful ones, we'll talk a little bit about them.
We're here. We might as well be loyal to what's going on around us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not all her followers succumbed to the influence of the Nine Hells, though. The sword of Zariel was hidden by her most loyal general, Yael, and her Hollyphant companion, Lulu, with the hope that somehow the blade could redeem their former friend.
I love you, Lulu.
We're going to talk all about Lulu and Yael after a short rest.
After a very special short rest.
Enjoy.
It's the grand adventures of Ilian and Beard.
Yeah. Yeah. Ilian, how many more vines until we're there?
According to the map, we're quite close. Keep chopping, Beard.
I'm chopping as much as I can. It's hard. I've got so much armor on. It's fine. I've got this. I can do this. Okay, I need a break.
No, nonsense. We're so close, Beard. Keep chopping.
Maybe it would help if you told me one more time why we're going this way.
We're following a lead towards the famed artifact, the Pendant of Plenteous Patrons, said to house the very souls of 1,000 generous benefactors.
Yes, you've told me, but what do we do once we get the pendant?
That's not important right now. What is important is that we find the hut of the hag nearby who's supposed to tell us where the dungeon is that holds this artifact. And in order to do that, Bjorn, you have to keep chopping.
You're right. I'm going to use my action surge. I got
Good
it.
idea.
Yes.
Good idea. I don't want to spend any spell slots if it isn't necessary.
Yes, it would be nice if you could help, but I can do that. I can do this for you. I was made for this. Yeah. What's on the other side of these vines? Who did you say we needed to talk to?
There's a hag, an evil hag, some would say. Her name is Hagatha.
Her name? Sorry, her name is Hagatha.
That's what I've been told.
She's a hag?
I'm not a namer. I'm not good at naming things. It's her name. I don't know what to tell you.
She is most likely most hag. And what does hags do? Don't they eat children?
They do, in fact, eat children.
Why are we going to speak with some children eater?
She has the information we need, Ben. Why are you asking so many questions?
I'm so sorry.
I'm the wizard. Just trust me.
I'm so focused on chopping, I forgot, okay?
Need I remind you of my vision?
Yes.
Which has led us down this path.
Tell me of the vision. It's so beautiful.
Staring into the great orb of Ether's net, I have seen a world unlike ours, a fantastic world.
Tell me of its wideness again.
It's wide, it's inexpansive, much like a great web, or a network, if you will.
It sounds beautiful. Networking is so important.
It really is, Bjorn. Good point.
If only we had networks to be social with.
And upon this web, there are these sites these sites on the web. This
Like
web
when you get to the
sites.
top of a hill and you see across the land.
Yes,
The sight.
indeed.
You're taking the sight, yes. Or like when you go on vacation with somebody you love and they show you some marvelous monument. It's a sight.
And one of these sites, Ben, was called Patreon. And there I saw the souls of thousands benefactoring.
Yes, those
Phil-
those of the arts, correct?
Yeah, those, not just of the arts, but casters, podcasters, Ben. Some form of wizardry unknown even to me, Ilian Star the Green.
Yes, you told me that 2 people, maybe more, sometimes sit in front of small canisters and they speak and the world hears them and they send
Yes.
their messages out into this world-wide, what was it, a web, you said, a network. And
You have it right, Beard. And
these benefactors, they give
these podcasters great power to send their message further. And Bjorn, what I could do with this power, the spells I could cast, the pods I could create. Keep chopping!
I will keep chopping, and one day I will no longer have to be an adventurer going into dungeons and risking my life for chump change. I will have gracious benefactors who could fund my painting. My acrylic painting is very expensive.
Ben, stop chopping.
Oh, what happened?
I think the hut's this way.
Ah! We've returned.
Indeed we have.
We're fucking back.
Indeed we
Back
are.
at it again. Will,
Yes.
I'm in agonizing, hellish pain, wondering what is going to happen next. But I'm going to have to bear with it for what's going to seem like an eternity, stuck in these fiery rings, because I need to talk to you about Patreon. Go to patreon.com/thedungeoncast. Will, tell me, what will you find if you go there?
You'll find early episodes that are ad-free. You'll find 5 or 6 live play adventures, most of them completed. We got comedy stuff. We got horror stuff. We got all kinds of stuff on there. There's merch for some of the higher tiers, yearly, annual, unique, bespoke merch. I don't know. Am I missing anything else?
What does the merch say when it bespeaks?
It usually says shout out to Demogorgon, but it says other things sometimes too.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube and you just watch the short rest, you'll see the image queue changes to like what our podcast thumbnail would be with like Demogorgon in the background.
Indeed.
But you can find that image at patreon.com/thedungeoncast, where I believe we send out stickers of that to people in certain tiers, which is very, very cool. It's like I forget the size. It's a medium sized sticker, I think.
Yeah, it's like a 5 by 5 inch thing.
Yeah.
I think.
I want one. How do I get one? I got to go to patreon.com/thedungeoncast. Okay.
true.
Well, that's it with that. Take me out of this eternity of suffering.
All right, I
Return
will
me
do my
to
best.
our lore.
So we left off with the Hellriders getting their asses kicked and Zariel flipping the script on everything.
Yeah, traitor.
Now we are going to follow Yael, and Zariel's most trusted general and friend, and Lulu the Hollyphant, Zariel's mount and ally of centuries. Let's get a rundown of these 2 characters, starting with Lulu the Hollyphant.
Okay.
Lulu is a Hollyphant who served for centuries as the war-mounted friend of Zariel when she was still an angel. Hollyphants are golden-furred, elephant-like creatures from the upper planes who act as servants of the powers of good. They appear as little flying elephants, about 2 feet
Or 61 centimeters.
in length, with golden fur and wings. Their small tusks appear to be made of ivory. Their eyes come in a variety of colors, from amber to glowing brown to prismatic rainbow.
This is wild. These are wild creatures. They're very small.
Yes, except for when they transform. So all Hollyphants, including Lulu, also have an alternative form that they can take, that of a large 12-foot tall,
Or 3.7 meter.
bipedal mastodon with shaggy black fur, huge leathery wings, and massive curved tusks. In this form, they weigh about 1,200 pounds.
That's 540 kilograms, folks.
Now, I will say that despite what the lore here says, Lulu's mastodon form remains golden and its wings are feathered in an angelic fashion.
I love this so much. God, why do I love this so much?
It's
this
very
is so cool.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more.
In their small form, the golden fur of these elephantine creatures glows. They also exude an aura, causing any good creature observing them to feel a fondness towards them, while any evil creature feels immediate loathing and fear.
Oh, man. So they're, I guess I'm not evil because even the description is making me feel fondness.
Yeah, there you go. Lulu is extremely gentle and caring, believing in the power of friendship above all else. However, she cannot abide seeing an act of evil done in her presence without retaliating.
Lulu is an anime protagonist?
Yeah, absolutely she is.
Okay.
By the way, she's a challenge rating 5 creature. in case
Oh,
you're
shit.
wondering.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, she fucking do
That's
that.
not bad at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that the 12-foot version or the 2-foot version?
That's just who she is.
Oh, that's just all the time?
Yeah, it's just who she is all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's Lulu. Let's get a picture of who Yael is. Yael was a human general of the Hellriders of El Terrell. I keep wanting to say El Dorado, and it's just super not right.
It's really, you're dead on with that part. It's not right.
Who became trapped in Avernus following Zariel's failed invasion of the Nine Hells. She was one of the 3 generals of the Hellriders who participated in the assault, along with Olanthius and Haruman. She was also the only one of the 3 generals not to fall to the corrupting influence of Avernus. Olanthius became a Death Knight general who continues to serve Zariel, Archduchess of Avernus, and Haruman became a powerful devil called a Narzagon, essentially a devilish Hell Knight, who also remains in the service of Zariel. I believe one of them's even in love with her. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, okay. So they're not, none of these guys are Digimon?
I mean, I'll tell you what, the Narzagon looks like a Digimon. Like, for sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You should look up the Narzagon.
Yeah, Haruman is from Naruto.
Haruman.
I was wondering where I'd heard that before.
I am Haruman. Sorry. Anyways, moving on.
Feed me steak so I can digivolve.
When it became clear the Hellriders had lost the day in a most disastrous fashion, Zariel instead swore her fealty to Asmodeus in exchange for infernal legions she could use to prosecute the Blood War. Upon witnessing this betrayal, Yael and Lulu stole the sword of Zariel and fled, hoping it could be used to redeem the fallen angel one day. Fleeing, Yael and Lulu fought through a horde of demons under the command of Yanagu, but were able to escape barely. The Demon Lord sent his pet, the horrifying Krokektoek, who we've talked about in the Yanagu episode, to chase. He's like a giant alligator demon.
Cool.
That can swim through the river Styx safely and transports like demons with him.
Inagu is definitely like top 3 Demon Lords.
For sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
has to be.
It's got to be Demogorgon,
Shout out to Demogorgon.
Baphomet, and Yanagu.
Yeah, I'd say, I don't know.
Although I like Orcus.
I was going to say, how are
like
we leaving Orcus out of top 3?
And then we haven't even mentioned Juwablex or Zuckmoy.
I think those are really fun, but those are top 5ers.
And what about the Demon Lord of Swollness, man? Frazo Blue.
What about the homie Dagon?
And the homie Dagon. Yeah, like, it's hard to pick, man.
It really is, but definitely Yanagu, probably top 3, at least top 5.
Yeah. So the Demon Lord sent his pet, the horrifying Krokektoek, to chase after the pair. Just as Yanagu's pet was about to devour them, Yael plunged the sword of Zariel into a stone while Lulu channeled all the holy power she could muster into it. A mighty fortress sprang into existence around the sword, shielding it from all evil.
Oh, cool. Like a lot of good magic spells make like fortresses and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Lots of protection. Exhausted from the effort, Lulu fled, leaving Yael behind. Yael's ghost still guards the sword of Zariel, unless you finish the adventure.
In which you destroy his ghost and send it to the
Yael
fucking
is a she,
shadow
by the
realm.
way.
Yael, destroy her ghost and send her to the shadow realm.
The weapon awaits in a cathedral formed out of positive energy. Avernus abhors the structure and has surrounded it in a bloody scab, earning it the name the Bleeding Citadel.
Oh, wow.
This scab has also engulfed Krokektoek, Yanagu's pet, that was sent by the Demon Lord to devour the blade. The holy power of the Citadel resists the scab's attempts to fully engulf it and make it one with Avernus, leaving the top of the Citadel visible from the distance.
Gross.
Yeah, it's very gross. The scab is 300 feet high. The lower 100 feet of the scab is hard as rock, and the upper 200 feet is newer, softer growth, covered in weeping wounds.
Okay.
The sword itself inside can only be drawn by one deemed worthy by the sword itself. Once the sword is removed from its stone, a character can attune to it immediately, and attuning to the sword changes the character permanently. We'll go over that in the sword stat block. When a character attunes to the sword, the citadel and the scab around it explode outward in blinding rays of light. Creatures in the scab take 110 or 20 d10 radiant damage and are hurled 1,000 feet away from the sword. Any demons that survive the explosion limp off to lick their wounds. Creatures inside the Bleeding Citadel are unharmed by the explosion and find themselves suddenly under Avernus' red sky.
Okay, so 300 meters is 90.
No, 300 feet.
Or sorry, 300 feet is 91.44 meters. So then for the 200 and 100 feet, do division.
Sure, there you go. Once a character claims the Sword of Zariel, Yael's work is done. Her ghost bids the party good luck and fades away as her soul passes into the afterlife. Lulu will encourage the wielder of the sword to use it to redeem Zariel. This is possible to do during the adventure, as is choosing to destroy the sword and even to serve Zariel if you choose.
Oh, yeah, because every good magic item has a destroy option.
It does.
Like baked into it.
We will go over
Everyone
this
worth
one as
its
well.
salt.
If at some point the Sword of Zariel is destroyed in your adventure, a different artifact blade can make its appearance in the adventure. At some point after the destruction of the Sword of Zariel, Zariel gives her servants, including the characters if they've taken on that role, the task of forging a new blade for her. This endeavor comes with the following objectives. Number 1, if Belle is still in Zariel's service, she calls on him to forge the blade. Otherwise, her servants must scour the cosmos for a worthy weaponsmith, such as an Ifriti from the City of Brass on the elemental plane of fire. Ooh. Number 2, Zariel needs at least 10 pounds of metal or material to make the blade of the sword. Adamantine will do, or a talon from Tiamat.
Oh, wow.
Your choice.
A talon from Tiamat.
This is quite the adventure to go on, by the way.
Yeah, getting that is like, fuck, now you got to go do something for Tiamat, or you got to steal it.
Exactly. Number 3, to grant the blade its power, the freshly forged weapon must be quenched in the blood of a celestial, a demon lord, and an archdevil.
Oh, wow. What a task.
Yeah, Zariel.
All at the same time or separately or what?
I think it's going to be like, psh, okay, psh, okay, psh, okay. Like
just
that.
Like that?
Yeah, just like that.
With that amount of time in between each?
Absolutely.
Okay. Got it.
Zariel can supply her own blood for the archdevil, but her servants must collect the other 2 sacrifices.
Oh, fucking cheat codes. She should be like, changing back to good.
Oh, I
Celestial
know, right?
blood. Okay, I'm turning evil again.
If only it worked that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if only.
Lastly, Zariel names this new artifact the Blade of Avernus.
Okay.
So
your adventurers doing evil shit?
They might. You can't tell the players what to do.
Well, why would they do that for her? Just because?
Well, okay.
Is that like one of the options in the adventure?
Basically, this is an option: is if you go evil and start serving her and all this other stuff and destroy the sword like she wants, she'll have you make a new sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds cool to me.
Mm-hmm. So, any questions about either the Sword of Zariel or Blade of Avernus?
Are they're 2 separate items in with their own stat blocks or what?
Yes, they are.
Then I need to look up the Blade of Avernus. All right. No more questions. I'm all queued up here.
All right. Which one are we starting with?
The Sword of Zariel.
All right,
the
let's
OG.
do it. Tell me all about it.
It's long. It's a long sword. How long? Pretty long.
Fairly long.
Artifact requires attunement by a creature the sword deems worthy. This sword belonged to the angel Zariel before. Yeah, okay. I always do that. I read the lore bit, and you already did it. Attunement. The sword allows you to attune to it immediately without having to take a short rest. The first time you attune to a sword, you are transformed into a heavenly, idealized version of yourself, blessed with otherworldly beauty and a touch of heaven in your heart. Neither magic nor divine intervention can reverse this transformation. Your alignment becomes lawful good, and you gain the following traits. So you just change forever?
Forever.
Okay.
Irrevocably.
Can you greater restore something good?
Nope.
I don't think so.
This is a choice that you make.
We got to evil you down a little bit, my guy.
You're a little too good.
Here, let me spout my demon blood on you or whatever. Okay, angelic language. You can speak, read, and write celestial. Celestial resistance. You have resistance to necrotic and radiant damage. Divine presence. Your charisma score becomes 20 unless it's already 20 or higher.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you real quick because already it's like, well, this transformation already sucks if you happen to be a ASMR sorcerer with maxed out charisma, because basically nothing has happened so far.
Right, yeah, that's very true.
Continue.
Well, maybe that's meant to be. Feathered wings. You spout a beautiful pair of feathered wings that grant you a flying speed of 90 feet and the ability to hover. If you already have a different kind of wings, these new wings replace the old ones, which fall off.
Damn.
And then you piss on them like moose do
literally
with the
fall off,
antlers.
so like they're there.
There's just some wings. You just get. Oh, what if you fucking grabbed them and attached them to your new wings, and then you just had double wing?
Double wings.
I got double wing, baby.
I mean, there are 4-winged angels. Maybe you can like 4-winged angel it.
The new wings are like, no, fuck these wings. Get them off. No wing is as good as me. True sight. Your eyes become luminous pools of silver.
Oh, that's cool.
You can see in normal and magical darkness, see invisible creatures and objects, automatically detect visual illusions, and succeed on saving throws against them, perceive the original form of a shape changer or a creature that is transformed by magic, and see into the ethereal plane, all within a range of 60 feet.
Not bad.
Pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna need dice. You have a D8 and a D6 handy?
You fucking know I do.
All right.
All right, but let me empty my dice tray. The sound of dice. The fucking sound of dice. You said an 8 and a 6?
Yes, please.
I got them both.
Because we're gonna roll what would happen if I drew the fucking sword. Let's go.
Okay.
But first, say what we're rolling for because I kind of interrupted you.
Right.
I'm sorry.
You did. I still have new personality. You gain new personality traits determined by rolling once on each of the following tables. Okay, so we're queued up. These traits override any conflicting personality trait, ideal, bond, or flaw. So I guess that means you just lose the old thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and shoot it down this bad boy, man.
Okay, you
roll
tell
on
me
the
the
table.
number. What number?
6.
I anger quickly when I witness cruelty or injustice.
Okay, you get angry fast. That seems like a weird ideal trait to have. All right, next up.
My
D6.
ideal is
That's a 4.
respect. You want to read it?
No, you do it.
Respect. All people deserve to be treated with dignity.
Hell yeah, they do.
I'm good now.
Hell
It
yeah,
says
they
it-
do.
I
That
know
sucks
because
that you
says
need-
so right
That
afterwards.
sucks that you needed that applied.
Who says I did? Now it's just
Right. It's gonna
supernaturally enforced.
override. Yeah, this is gonna override any bad shit you were thinking about.
All right. Next
People in general.
up is my bond. What I get?
You got a 6.
The sword of Zariel has chosen me. I shall not fail to wield it justly.
Yeah, it did. Okay, one more D6
I
for
love
a
my
flaw.
sword. All right, my flaw though.
2.
2?
2.
I offer forgiveness too readily.
You get mad as shit when you see injustice, but then you're like, but it's cool, dog. It's all right, dude.
Absolutely.
You're doing your best over there, you know.
Hey, we got more features after these tables, by the way.
Hey, fuck you, Jaywalker. But you're okay. You said
I
you're-
understand.
said
You were
you're
really in
sorry,
a
though.
rush.
I know. The zoomies is like right here. And
I
there's
sound really ineffectual.
There's no good crosswalk to get to the zoomies from where you were. I understand.
I'm definitely not worthy of this sword.
Yeah, Wetzel Pretzel was just right there. The smell. I get
Dude.
it. I totally get it.
I hate Wetzel pretzels.
What?
I know. I'm the weird one.
Are you?
I know.
Is it Wetzel Pretzel or all soft pretzels?
No, it's not all soft pretzels. It's just Wetzel pretzels. It's just there's something about the grease they use. It's just
Oh, interesting.
it's got a
like a butter.
cloying smell. It's like ugh. I don't know.
Interesting. What about an Auntie Anne's?
I haven't tried Auntie Anne's.
Okay.
I've seen them, but
Yeah.
you know,
You
it's not that
definitely
I
smell them.
dislike
If you see
pretzels.
one, you smell one.
Yeah, I like Mrs. Fields cookies. I know that's not related, but
Not related. But I also enjoy Mrs. Fields.
but Wetzel's pretzels are everywhere, man. And
They
I
sure
just-
are.
I don't get it.
They shove hot dogs into those
I
things.
don't get it. Yes, they do. All right, we got more on the sword to read after those tables, by the way. So a lot more.
Oh, wow. Holy light. The sword sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet. Fiends find the sword's light disconcerting and painful, even if they can't see it, and have disadvantage on attack rolls made within the weapon's radius of bright light. As a bonus action, you can intensify the sword's light, causing it to shed bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet, or reduce its glow to normal intensity. Random properties.
Random
Huh?
properties. Hold
Oh,
on,
yeah.
I gotta pull up these tables.
You better.
Luckily, there's a link in D&D Beyond. Okay, I need D10s.
Okay. I'm going to need you to be more excited about it, though.
I need more D10s.
We're going to,
Brian.
D10s, baby.
Okay, go ahead and keep reading. And then
Okay,
I'll
this
roll.
sword has 2 minor beneficial properties, each determined by rolling on the minor beneficial properties table in Chapter 7 of the DMG. You want to roll those out?
Yeah, let's do the minors.
2
So,
minors.
What is it?
We got a 7 and a 5. Or
Oh,
do
I
you
thought-
need 75?
I need one to be 10s and one to be ones.
75 then.
75. 61 and 70 above, except for this spell. Okay. So while attuned to the artifact, I can use an action to cast one level 2 spell. After I cast a spell, roll a d6. On a roll of 1 to 5, you cannot cast it again until the next dawn. So that's one minor beneficial property.
Okay.
I get a level 2 spell once a day. And then my next one is
32.
32. While attuned to the artifact, I cannot be charmed or frightened.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right.
Next up, we got major. These are major beneficial properties.
2 minor. That's it so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, Searing Radiance. The sword deals an extra 9 or 2d8 radiant damage to any creature it hits, or 16, that's 3d10, radiant damage if you're wielding the weapon with 2 hands. An evil creature that takes this radiant damage must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the end of its next turn.
Very nice.
Sentience. The Sword of Zariel is sentient. Lawful good item with an intelligence of 10, a wisdom of 20, and a charisma of 18. It has hearing and normal vision out to a range of 30 feet. I would love to roleplay this sword. That sounds like fun. Because this sword clearly doesn't know what the fuck it's doing if it's picking people to be like super good, awesome people forever. It's picking Zariel, who became a fucking devil.
But to be fair, Zariel probably wielded it for like millennia. So it was right for a couple thousand years.
It was right for so long until it just wasn't anymore.
It just wasn't. Hey, people change.
People change. The sword should have known. I would love to roleplay the sword.
Okay.
The sword communicates by transmitting emotion to the creature carrying or wielding it. Can you imagine like finding it after Zariel lost it and it being like shook? It's like, yeah, man, you seem cool, but please, God, don't.
I don't know if I could trust again.
I don't know. It's like all his confidence is all shaken.
Yeah.
Never mind. Charisma's 10. Charisma's 10 on the sword until it proves itself.
Yeah.
Truth Seer. While holding the sword, you gain advantage on all wisdom insight checks. Very cool.
Very cool.
So you'll know the sword is shaky. Destroying the sword. Zariel can destroy the sword by simply grasping it. She could bring herself to do so when she was an angel, but as an archdevil, she has no compunction about ridding the multiverse of the weapon.
Oh, shit.
The sword is also destroyed if it's used to shatter the companion. See, shattering the companion.
Well, I didn't talk about the companion. That's like a big part of the adventure.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
well,
let me give you the cliff notes.
Okay.
The unresearched cliff notes.
We're back at, hey, spoiler people that didn't enjoy spoilers and wanted to jump to the end to avoid them, i.e. this section of the episode.
You're right.
Get the fuck back out.
Yeah, get out.
Get back out.
So essentially, after everything went down with the Hellriders, she never forgot the folks that abandoned them there.
Oh.
And she swore vengeance upon the city of Elturel.
Hell yeah.
And so, remember that dude, Jandar Sunstar, the guy who abandoned them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the details, but he becomes like a vampire lord.
Oh,
And he infects half of the Hellriders back in the mortal plane to become vampires.
Damn.
So like the city's infested with vampires. And
okay, fuck.
It sucks, yeah. So a cleric, I don't remember the name of the cleric, prays for some sort of help, and instead of the gods showing up, Zariel as Archduchess of Avernus shows up and makes a deal with the cleric, saying like, okay, I'll take care of your vampire problem now. But in, I think it was 30 years or something like that, or 20 years, I'm going to come back and this city's mine. And for some reason, the cleric takes the deal.
Yeah, what the fuck, cleric? Don't do that.
So
don't do this deal. Like, if she wants those vampires gone, she'll just fucking do it.
Yeah, so she gives the cleric this thing called the companion. It's like an orb of pure holy light.
Okay.
And he takes it and he places it above the city, and it kills all the vampires in the city.
Hell
except
yeah.
for Jandar, who ends up like in Ravenloft land. I don't know how that happens, so don't ask
So
me.
they could write more stuff with Jandar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, he's praised as a hero. He like becomes lord of the city, all this other stuff.
Oh, the cleric or Jandar?
The cleric,
Okay.
not Jandar. But secretly, this orb is actually a pretty diabolical thing because it is an orb that is being powered by the soul energy of a planetar angel, and it has like it's like a battery. It will run out at some point.
So it's just a soul prison eating away this thing's soul.
Exactly.
Okay.
But no one knows that, right? So Elturel basks in the light of this like holy item for 10, 20 years. I don't remember exactly what it was. And then the cleric, knowing that the day is coming, he like rides up the hill to where like outside the outskirts of the city and literally watches as the companion like goes out of power and becomes a black swirling vortex that then sucks the city of Elturel into Avernus.
Whoa!
And that's the beginning of descent into Avernus.
Because
her plan is to do that to more cities.
Okay, well that dude's a bastard. So she can get souls.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why 30 years. I feel like I don't need to know why 30 years.
I don't remember. It was either 10, 20, or 30 years.
Something like that. I don't need, it's an arbitrary number and I don't need to know why.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you can destroy the Sword of Zariel by destroying it against the companion, which is now a black swirling vortex of death.
Oh, okay. Got it. So they'll cancel each other out or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless the blade is wielded by an angel of challenge rating 15 or higher, or good aligned cleric or paladin of at least 10th level.
So you probably want your cleric or paladin to draw that sword?
Yeah. I'll read the whole sentence because that was weird that I did that.
Sorry.
The sword is also destroyed if it is used to shatter the companion, unless the blade is wielded by an angel of challenge rating 15 or higher, or good aligned cleric or paladin of at least 10th level.
Mm-hmm.
Firmly grasp it. Boom. It's dead. Firmly grasp it. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's a SpongeBob reference. Sorry, Marcos. If Zariel is killed for good, that is, if she dies in the Nine Hells, the sword becomes no harder to destroy than a normal longsword, which is, I would say, pretty fucking hard to do.
I
just
mean,
by like,
but like, you know, not as hard as having to destroy the companion.
yeah, just, you know, it's like what, a DC 15 strength check probably to like break the sword in half.
To break it, I would say to just snap it, it'd have to be like a DC 20 because it's
Okay.
a solid piece of metal.
Yeah, so hard to do.
It's made of celestial steel.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what it's made out of.
That's true.
It's-
The rules do say normal longsword.
so you would say 20.
I would. To bend it, 15. And like to make it like unusable.
I would
15.
say 20 to destroy it in one swing. But like if you roll like an 8, it's going to take you like 2 fucking days of just hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Anything you want to add to the Sword of Zariel?
No, let's go to the Blade of Avernus.
Blade of Avernus.
The Blade of Avernus is magical.
Okay, yeah.
It's a Vorpal sword.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's got
So it
random.
acts as a Vorpal sword. Do you want
Yeah.
me to read the Vorpal sword stuff for you? Or you got it?
I got it right here, actually. We've read this before, but Vorpal swords give you a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. It's magic. In addition, the weapon ignores resistance to slashing damage. If you attack a creature that has at least one head with this weapon, and this was highly controversial in the YouTube comments. That would be a lot of fun. And roll, yeah, a creature with one head. If you attack a creature with at least one head with this weapon and roll a 20 on the attack, you cut off one of the creature's heads. If the creature dies if it can't survive without the lost head. A creature is immune to this effect if it is immune to slashing damage, doesn't have or need a head, and has legendary actions. Or the GM decides that the creature is too big for its head to be cut off with this weapon. Such a creature instead takes an extra 68 slashing damage from the hit.
Yeah, and I think the controversy came from you asking me if I would let a player cut off a ancient red dragon's head with a Vorpal sword, to which I said yes. Is that rules as written? No, because a red dragon has legendary actions. But I don't care. It's my table.
There you go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyways, back to the Blade of Avernus, which baseline is a +3 Vorpal fucking sword. So it's already
Right.
base.
It's already very
like, that
good.
is a legendary weapon.
Good at cutting
baseline.
heads off.
Yes.
This sword is good at cutting people's heads off.
It's
Are
very
you ready
good
with
at
the random tables?
Yeah, I
The
got
sword
the
has the
tables ready.
following randomly determined
I need
properties
D10s.
as described in chapter 7 of the DMG.
Okay.
2 minors, so let's get those. We got a 3.
3. While attuned to the artifact, one of your ability scores, DM's choice, increases by 2 to a maximum of 24.
Neat.
So you can break 20 with that.
Okay.
Okay, and then another one.
We got 94.
94. While attuned to the artifact, you can't be blinded, deafened, petrified, or stunned.
Nice. That's a good one.
Very good, actually.
All right, and then we got one major
One major beneficial.
beneficial.
Major beneficial. Oh, where's my major Benny?
One major Benny.
One major Benny coming your way.
69. Ha! Nice.
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 While attuned to the artifact, you can use an action to cast one first-level spell chosen by the DM from it. After you cast the spell, roll a d6. On a roll of 1 to 5, you cannot cast it again until the next time. So you get a free spell.
Okay, and then
Okay.
one detrimental.
Major or minor?
Major.
Oh, major detrimental. Dun, dun, dun.
Me one major detro, baby. Okay,
we
we
got?
got 89.
89. While attuned to the artifact, I lose the ability to speak.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. That's scary. Cesario
Like
can't
Ariel.
talk anymore. Because remember, this sword's going to...
Oh, fuck.
Poor unfortunate souls. Oh, I'm sorry.
We've come full circle. That was really good.
How did this happen? It's like it was scripted. The
Oh,
dice
Jesus.
are writing the story.
Oh, man. It's just like they're supposed to do.
It's like... So Zariel can't talk if she gets the sword. Our version of it.
Right.
Where was I? Well, okay, where were you?
Oh, yeah. So that was our detra.
Yeah.
which is suppressed while the sword is attuned to an
Oh,
archdevil.
so she can talk. She's good.
Yeah,
She's good.
she
She's good.
can.
Yeah.
She's not poor
We're
or
the poor,
unfortunate.
unfortunate
Yeah,
soul.
it would be us. So sad,
Yeah.
but true.
Keep-
As an action, ruler of Avernus. As an action, you can point this sword at one devil you can see within 60 feet of you. That devil must succeed on a DC 22 charisma saving throw or be charmed by you for 1
22
hour.
is no joke.
22 is pretty high.
Yeah.
For a devil, though, probably not
It's still high.
anywhere near impossible.
No, not impossible, but like any of the lesser devils are not saving.
That number is like if they roll bad, they will matter.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even a Merilith rolling bad would fail that.
When charmed
Oh,
this
that's a
way,
demon. But anyways.
when charmed this way, the devil follows your orders to the best of its ability. If you command the devil to do something it perceives as suicidal, the effect ends and you can no longer use this power of the sword against that devil.
Now,
and they'll
suicidal-
fucking kill you right there.
No, because you have the blade of fucking Avernus.
That's
ain't you?
true. They might not hang out with you.
Suicidal's interesting because remember that like these fiends and stuff can't actually die so long as they die
Outside of their plane.
yeah, exactly. So like, will this thing follow a suicidal mission that's in the abyss? I think I'd rule yes because it's not suicidal. It's just going to end up back.
Yeah,
It didn't actually die.
right.
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
Okay.
Infernal Recall, which is the sequel to Total Recall.
That's exactly
So
what I was about to say.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is back. He's the old one.
And Avernus is the surface of Mars. And all.
Yeah,
it all
exactly.
matches
They're
up.
actually underneath the surface of Mars now. They're in the next ring.
Exactly.
As an action, you can use the. Are they going to redo the scene where he like leaves
Where
the
his eyes are bugging
Yeah.
out.
That's the quintessential visual of the movie.
Yeah. Well, that and the 3-tittied woman.
Oh right. That's a lot like the one-tittied woman from Kung Pao Enter the Fist, but backwards, kind of. There's like one less boob instead of one extra one.
God, our show's so stupid.
Fucking crazy.
Our show is dumb. Move on.
Infernal Recall. As an action, you can use the. Did a Total Recall come out? Was that the 80s or the 90s?
Oh, that was the 80s. That was
okay.
like 86, 87.
Oh, somebody was asking us to do the 1990s joke
I'm
again.
gonna look it up.
Sometimes I just let the jokes like go to the wayside in lieu of new jokes because I don't remember or whatever the case may be. I'm tired.
I can't
of it or
remember
whatever.
all the jokes.
I know that yeah, you're right. We can't remember all the jokes. Let me actually read Infernal Recall.
Please.
As an action, you can use the sword to cast.
Oh shit! Total Recall came out in 1990.
Oh, we did it! Do you remember the movie Total Recall from the 1990s?
Yes, I do. Move on.
Me too.
Let's move on.
The eye bulging, 3 titties. Infernal Recall. As an action, you can use the sword to cast Word of Recall. Creatures transported by this spell appear in an unoccupied space within 30 feet of the current ruler of Avernus or a sanctuary you designate if you rule Avernus.
By the way, Word of Recall is a level 6 spell. You and up to 5 willing creatures within 5 feet of you instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary. There's more words, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, destroying the sword. The sword can be destroyed by casting it into the river Styx or melting it down in a forge that created it.
Well, that sucks because the river Styx like runs through this place. So like,
It's nearby.
Yeah, it's
like,
really
you can just
close.
throw it in the river.
like what if you get disarmed above the river Styx? There it goes.
I wouldn't take this thing anywhere near there,
No, it
first of
can't.
all. And second of all, no one has to know but you, baby.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, probably.
So I gotta say, I want to say Blade of Avernus is stronger than the Sword of Zariel. That's the feeling I'm getting here.
I mean, it kind of seems that way. It just has more stuff, more cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it comes like baseline Vorpal sword. The other one's baseline longsword.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking
Anything
dumb.
you want to add to either of these fantastic artifacts?
no.
I love that we're so consistently able to get multiple artifacts to one episode.
I know it just works out that way. They're all like tied together.
Indeed.
They all keep the work
Yeah,
together within each.
absolutely.
It's the nepotism of magic items
Yeah,
in D&D.
they're part of a union.
They're part of a magic sword union.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they go on strike when like they aren't being used to cut off heads enough or something.
Sure.
I don't even know.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I don't have anything for this joke.
I think let's take a long rest then.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the long rest. We need a break after all this sword talk, and we're going to talk about Starseeker's Guide to Drakenstar. William, tell them of it.
Hey guys, we're writing a book. It's based off of our secondary podcast, Super Quest Saga, 5th edition D&D. campaign that we took to far future space. And this book is going to be a handbook on how to do that yourself. So this is set in the universe of Drakenstar, where space opera, sci-fi, cyberpunk meet D&D 5th edition. It's going to have multiple subclasses, an entire new class called the Machinist. We have 11 new species, plus a custom species builder. So you can build your own alien species, whatever you want, so long as your DM allows it. We're going to have space travel and space combat rules. We're going to have advanced technological items and devices alongside new magitech and magical items. There's new optional combat systems that we've developed called the Trinity system and the Glyph system, which both kind of make the combat of 5th edition a little bit more tactical, a little bit more robust. It's going to have over 100 alien monsters in the bestiary. We're working our asses off on this book. The art's coming out stupendous. And if you are at all interested in the book or in supporting us in making of the book, just go to drakenstar.com. That's DRAKENSTAR.com. Links in the description. And go ahead and pre-order your book, because right now we are hoping to get the funding to make an adventure module that will be attached to the book. And to do that, we do need more backing. So check it out, guys.
Stretch goals, baby.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So if you missed your opportunity during our Kickstarter to get your copy of this book, now's your second chance to do so, and that'll be running until when? Like the release of the book, pretty much?
Yeah, the book is, well, our original release date was looking at October. At the rate things are kind of going right now, as the book goes, we realize that we want to add more and more to it. It's probably not going to be out till December, but my goal is to, without a doubt, get it out by the end of this year.
Okay. So that I've heard that's normal for a lot of Kickstarter stuff to have like
it's
some
like
delays.
I keep going to Daniel and be like, hey dude, wouldn't it be really cool if we had this new section? He's like, yeah, that sounds like a month more of work. I'm like, let's do it.
All right. Well, you can also participate in an ongoing contest we have on our YouTube channel as we reach towards the heavens, towards 50,000 subscribers. Some people say it's criminal that we don't already have 50,000 subscribers
And
after
I
6
agree.
years. And we agree. We agree. We are primarily a podcast. We don't put like the energy YouTube requires into YouTube specifically, because it's like we're already doing a podcast. We decided to do that.
And writing a book. That's also holding us back.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've always got another. There's only so much we have time to accomplish, and right now we're stretched in. So we don't do a lot of YouTube projects special at the moment, other than this one. But it still means a lot that I see a lot of people going to the comment sections in our recent videos saying that they've never been on our YouTube channel before and seeing us for the first time. And that's pretty cool. But if you want to win your copy of Baldur's Gate 3, you need to go to youtube.com/thedungeoncast, become a subscriber, like and comment on one of our videos, and you'll be entered into a random drawing where we're going to give away a copy of Baldur's Gate 3 to you, a person that has something to play it on. You'll have to let us know.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Whatever platform you
find
prefer.
Find us on the Shosh. Will's queued all that.
We
shit
got
up.
a Twitter, we got a Threads, we got a Mastodon, we got an Instagram. It's all in the description. I've now become the social media master of Dungeoncast, and I'm doing my best. I'm new at this. You guys all probably know I not only do not have any personal social media, I haven't had it for the last 12 years. So I'm doing my best, but I'm getting more active on all platforms. So follow us over there on any of those ones, and you'll be seeing posts from us.
Yeah, or you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sound Good Inc., and I guess technically Threads now, although I've only posted 2 of those. And you can see my dragon turtle that I let live in my backyard. Her name's Sally. What else do we do here? We have a Discord. It's a really cool community. There's a link in the description below. Also, I've been seeing a lot of people buying stuff from the merch shop lately, so you can go down to the merch shop. Oh, and Will, we can't end this episode. We've got mail, baby.
Oh shit, we got mail.
We got mail to read. I want to oh shit, we should have done like a visual promo for these, but they were sitting out at the front of the table.
Yes, they were.
But we've got a gift from Castle Macabre, and we'll get it next episode too.
I think it's just macabre.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just
Castle
pronounced-
Macabre. I thought it was Macabre because it's got the. Oh, I almost had it.
It's French.
It's French.
It's French.
Hey, fellas, love the podcast. Hope you enjoy these custom dice bags from our Etsy shop, Castle Macabre. Don't let the dragon drag on. That part was in quotes with an exclamation point at the end. Jake the dog, Mike plus Kayla. And that's a nice little note. Thanks, Mike and Kayla. You can find Castle Macabre at castlemacab@etsy.com. You can also send an email, castlemacab889@gmail.com, or you can find them on Instagram at Castle Macabre. Our dice bags are really cool. They hold like maybe like 1 or 2 sets tops, but they've got this really cool like dragon print like fabric that they used, like these knitted or woven little ropes that help the bag tie closed. And they sent us some cool dice in here, and inside they customized ours to say the Dungeoncast inside of them on the red part. It's very, very fucking cool.
Thank you guys.
We're big fans of this stuff, so thanks for the nice little card, thanks for the package. And then we also got, and this has been an ongoing thing in the Discord for quite a while, as it's Corey, username Corey on Discord. I think there's more to their name than just Corey, so let me look it up. But Will, do you want to talk about our new awesome, epic, rad as fuck, expertly painted Demogorgon mini?
Yeah, we're gonna have this one up front on our display for a while. It's I believe he 3D printed it himself. I'm not sure where he got the design from, but it is one of the most badass Demogorgon designs I've ever seen, and the paint job is stupendous with like brown and burnt orange like shadings, the blue and the red on the face. Like, it's super detailed. It's stunning, like truly stunning.
The attention to detail on it.
It's the single best Demogorgon mini I've ever seen. It looks great, and I love that it went with like the traditional coloring for Demogorgon, because the 5e art for Demogorgon has him like a lot like darker and grittier. Like I don't know, I'm having a hard time comparing it to anything else. But before 5th edition, Demogorgon has always been traditionally like a bright orange color, and it looks really cool. Yeah,
it's awesome, and I love it so much. Yeah, that's Corey West on our Discord. They were dropping it in the Artapalooza tag, our channel in there. And Corey, you did a great I see what you did when you tried to ship it, man. I reached out to you on Discord. I don't know if you saw. I left you a message letting you know that Demogorgon did not make it through the shipping process. The tail was broken and the feet were removed from the base, but the brakes were so clean that I have zero problems super gluing it back together.
Yeah, you
can't even tell.
You can't even tell. Anyone who wants a closer look, I will be posting this on all the social media because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and like we said, it's front and center on the YouTube page. Like, I'm sure you can see the stuff we have on display. Like, we have our Dragon Turtle Mini. Hey, if you can the user who gave us the Dragon Turtle Mini reach out to us again? We want to remember exactly who you are, because we're going to be posting it on our social. We want to tag you properly. So if you could reach out, if you're listening to this part, we'll go in the Discord and try to find you there too, because it wasn't or the email. I can't remember. It was a little while ago that we got it, but we love it. It's been up front as well for a long time. If you want to send us stuff, like we had another user send us like a Xanathar mini that we thought was really cool during Year of the Beholder. That's been up front on the display for a while. If you want to send us anything, do so at our PO box. The address is down below in the notes or what have you. We also received a postcard. Who did we get this from though? It doesn't say who it's from. It came from Jacksonville, Florida. So if you send us a postcard from Jacksonville, Florida, thank you.
Does it really not? Let me see it.
I don't think so.
Let me take a look here. From Kummer Museum, The Age of Armor.
I mean, that's where they got the postcard.
That's true. Player handout, loot, armor, Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, you're right. There's no like personalized where it's who it's from.
But it's fucking cool because it says what the handwritten stuff here is: player handout, loot, armor, folding plate, and this is a postcard with like a plate of armor, suit of armor on the front of it. It's called folding plate. Aura moderate conjuration summoning, CL 10/10th. Slot neck brooch or armor unfolded. Price 12,650 gold pieces. Why did my brain try to do that? Weight 1 pound brooch. What the fuck? 50 pounds armor. I'm not familiar with some of these words. A steel brooch of 2 bird transforms into metallic plates and panel when the command word Pompeo is spoken, instantly covering the wearer in +1 full plate. Pompeo also transforms the armor back into a brooch. These effects do not work if need item slot is not occupied. Construction requirements: craft magic armor and armor, instant summons, Costs 7,650 gold pieces. Pathfinder 1E Advanced Player's Guide page.
I was about to say,
284.
that sounds like a Pathfinder item.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man. Thank you. Or whoever sent this, thank you so much for sending it. Oh, wait. It says at Swords and Stereo. I don't know who that is. We'll have to find them.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
We're going to go find you.
Thank you,
At Swords and Stereo. Oh, I read the whole thing, and I was like, I didn't read this sideways shit. Yeah, cool.
Is there anything else that we need to
No, that
go
was
over?
it. That was everything.
Awesome.
So thank you guys for sending stuff to the P.O. Box. That was a pleasant surprise to see a few things in there that we weren't expecting. And we'll catch you next time. Let's call it a game.
Let's call it a game. We'll talk to you guys later.
The Dungeoncast.